Hey everybody, and welcome to Woodcrest Bonsai. Today I'm going to defoliate this Elaeagnus. On the 1st of March I worked on this tree and I posted a video in 2 parts. So you can see part 1 where I take off quite a few leaves so I can see what I'm doing right here. And then in part 2 that you can see right here, I finish wiring and styling this tree. And it's really grown nicely. But the leaves are still pretty big, and they haven't, let me pop this one off, they haven't miniaturized at all. They haven't reduced. So the way to reduce your leaves on any tree is to defoliate, and the tree will respond with producing more leaves, but typically they'll be smaller. And leaf reduction can be very easy on some trees, and on others it takes a little bit more work. So I'm also going to check out the wire. I've wired almost every branch on this tree, and I'm going to, number one, make sure that it isn't cutting into the bark. And then I'm also going to remove the wire on some selected branches to see how well they've held. So once you wire a branch into place and then it's stiffened into place, then the wire is unnecessary and you can remove it. So that's the procedure for today. At first I'm going to take off virtually every leaf. I'm going to leave some leaves, but only if they're about as big around as my fingernail. So like I'm going to pop this guy off here, and then pop another mature leaf off. And so we've got this little guy. Anything this size and smaller I'm going to leave. Any of the mature adult leaves I'm going to remove. And most of the time it's just as easy to just do it with your fingers. Just come out here and just start snapping off the leaves. You can use a pair of clippers, but this works just as well. Now, defoliating a tree is a little bit of a stressful thing because obviously the leaves are where the photosynthesis is taking place. So if you chop off all the leaves, you're limiting the amount of photosynthesis that the plant can do. However, the plant realizes all the leaves have been removed, so it's going to pop quite rapidly in order to create more leaves. And like I said, typically you get more leaves. They'll be more numerous, but they'll also be smaller. So this could probably take 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So I'm probably not going to bore you with the entire process. But you get the idea on this one main limb. Just basically take everything off. And then see, I can see where I need to remove other things, like this guy here is shooting up against the grain. So that's the procedure. So I'm going to continue on, and then I'll be back once I've finished defoliating. The defoliation is complete, and I've already removed the wire from this branch right here, and it held in place pretty well. So I'm going to now remove the wire from this first main branch. Just see how well it holds into place. And I like to unwind my wire because I use it again. And it It looks like it's holding in place pretty well. Didn't really detect, and there's a little bit of cutting into the bark, just tiny little bit down at the base here that won't show up on the camera, that's for sure. So how does that look? That held in place pretty well. So I think I may... There's a couple of things that need to happen on this tree. This guy here just doesn't... I don't like that branch right here. So I'm wondering if I should shorten it up. It's just real straight. It just comes out, has no motion. You know, I love the movement in this guy, the way it comes down and then back up. But this one has none of that. And there's a lot of interest in the other branches too. So I may not remove all of the wire. But it barely cut into the bark, not even worth mentioning really. So, and you know, it almost looks like a twin trunk, but that's just the way I got it. And I really want some more space in here to fill in, some of this to fill in, and this guy over here has nothing here. I took this branch, which was shooting out here, but that just didn't look right, and bent it way over. And it actually cracked a little bit right there. But the branch lived, and it's doing fine. So that would really be a good test on whether the wire has held the branch in place if I remove that wire. So I suppose I can attempt to do that. Bring it around this way and see what happens with that wire. If that branch is held in place, then just about everything's going to be held in place. And if I have excess wire, I usually just bend it back so it doesn't look so dumb. Oh yeah, that has held. That has held very nicely. Of course, when you're unwiring the wire, when you're unraveling the wire, you want to make sure you're not hurting the trunk any more than when you're applying the wire. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now let's see. Oh yeah, that held in place quite well. So it looks to me like I don't need any wire on this tree at all. And once I take the wire off and then I start to look and see, you could always add more wire. I'm also going to do just a little bit of trimming. Like this guy right here, these guys need to be shortened. And also, all the tips, I snap them off too with my fingers. I don't think I got to this one, so just take it and just snap it off. And that will also push more fine ramification into the tree. So I don't think I'm going to bore you with taking all the wire off because, you know, it's the same process over and over again. So that's it for this video. This tree is coming along very nicely, and after the new leaves emerge, I will give you an update and let you see how it's coming along. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, you can continue to watch the development of this guy. And if you'd like, leave a comment. And that's it for this video. I think this tree is going to be pretty cool. I give it probably another couple years before it really begins to fill in and nice ramification. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.